Your attention determines your reality. And this is so important to understand, that where you give your attention, you give your energy, meaning you grow, you give life, it perpetuates, it becomes bigger. But what you withdraw your attention from dissolve. It's like you're starving it. And so there is no energy, there is nothing to keep it growing. Unfortunately, most people have this in reverse. We are so conditioned, so focused on our life, our problems, our challenges, what's not working, what we want to change, what pieces of what we are afraid of, that it consumes us. We seek it. We are addicted to the things that are not working in life, both individually and as a society. If you look at the news, if you look at social media, if you look at the posts on the internet that receive the most attention, that goes viral the most, or that has the most engagement, it's usually highly polarizing posts. People who go and they complain, or it reinforces something they're afraid of, and all these things, right? So we are being focused, targeted on problems, issues, things that are not working. We do it as a group and we do it as individuals. And then we wonder why we persist to create certain situations in our life. Because it's counterintuitive, right? We feel like, well, if I focus on it, I can change it, I can do something about it. But this is misunderstanding how reality works and how we do create our reality. Because if we look at quantum physics, it will tell you that the act of observing something is the act of creating it. Meaning I cannot observe something and not have it be real in my reality, meaning I am observing it how? First, through my attention, then through my thoughts, through my words, through my actions, through my energy, right? So I interact with something. The more I interact with that thing, that person, that group, that information, that data, whatever it may be, the more it grows. And so that's why everything right now, the biggest currency in the world right now, is not Bitcoin, it's not the dollar, it's your attention. Companies are giving a lot of money on advertisements and things like that to get a little bit of your attention, to get you to click on that video, click on that thing, click on that video, right? Because this is how they can become richer. This is how they can control you. This is how they can grow, by receiving your attention. A business number one nightmare is obscurity, because you can be the best, you can have the best product, but if nobody knows or nobody gives attention to, you don't exist. So attention is a powerful currency, and you gotta understand the power that this currency has in your life, and you gotta take a really objective look in learning what is my current habitual default way of focusing on things in my life, meaning on my day-to-day life, at my work and everything that I do. What do I tend to gravitate toward? Do I have an urge to check Twitter and to check the news and to check all the fucked up things that are happening in the world? Do I get a little bit of a high just from doing those things, right? That will show you a subconscious habit of, like, when I give my attention to those drama, those problems, those things, I get that little bit of adrenaline, dopamine rush, right? So it's showing you that you are addicted, hooked on those things. But it also shows you that these things, this topic, will continue to experience and happen in your life as long as you entertain them. So if you have financial difficulty, if your business is not growing, if your relationship is not working, and all you can focus on is your partner flaws, what she's not or he's not doing right, and all these type of things, and use criticism and then nagging and then gossiping about it with other people, and then it leads on to always focusing on what's not working. Do you think this is going to improve and flourish and nourish the relationship, or is it going to slowly but surely destroy it? Right? It's the same for everything. You cannot go into your business with an attitude, oh my God, there's no client out there, it's not going to work, it's hard, because if you focus on that, you're going to experience that. You're observing that, and therefore you're creating that. You're choosing that in the field of endless possibilities. You're choosing to observe something through your attention. So you gotta learn to discipline and control your attention. You gotta learn to control and notice first, what am I focusing on and how is it affecting my life? And then you gotta notice, what do I need to start letting go of? You gotta stop you're watching the news. You gotta stop giving your attention to all those things that feed anger, that feed fear, that feeds the scarcity, that feeds the worry, that feeds the whatever it might trigger in you. Cleanse it, withdraw your attention, because you will dissolve it. Starve those things you don't want to experience. And it's not about pretending they don't exist, but it's simply accepting that it's there, but let me rather give my energy to something I want to experience instead. Let me focus on the solution. Let me focus on where I want to go. Let me focus on who I want to be. Let me focus on gratitude. Let me focus on all those light aspects I want to experience and bring into my life and into the world. It's so important. The moment you do that, the moment you learn to control and discipline your mind, your attention, your life will completely take off. That's why one of the biggest tasks I always give my clients is gratitude. Get a gratitude journal, and every morning, every day, write in it. Why? Because it teaches you to focus on what's working, what's good in your life. So it's a mental habit, a mental discipline to start looking for those things that you've been taking for granted, and then conditioning it, growing it, so that your mind starts looking for this even when you're not paying attention. This is how habits are formed. So over time, it gradually completely rewires your mindset and your pattern of attention. So this is one thing you can do, right? But you first have to really pay attention, because you cannot continue to focus and give your attention on what's not working, what's broken, complaining, things are not changing, and expect anything else to change. What you observe, you create, and you observe through your attention. So pay attention and let me know what is it that you need to start focusing on in your life. Let me know what you are grateful for in your life right now down in the comment. I will see you in my next video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Be well.